Are
start.
we on?
We are.
A soup TCG. Wow, that worked.
Hey, I'm Anne.
And this is Yuzun,
And this is the soup.
episode 2.
Wow, we're actually doing something.
Yeah. I think it's hard to stay consistent.
It is hard to stay consistent, especially when you are juggling job,
Yep.
parenting. It's the end of the day. We have one kid asleep, and we managed to have some really good friend time today, just like you and me. That is not common for us. We started a business from a passion for Pokemon cards. HeartySoupTCG.com, in case you wanted to know. We also vend at shows, at Pokemon shows, mixed Pokemon, sports shows, One Piece, and our son does it with us too. Sometimes our daughter comes, but
And we do shows big and small,
yes,
local, regional, yeah.
But juggling it all, this is like something that we started doing in the last more than a year and a half ago. But we also have jobs. I'm a mom and an actor as well.
Yeah, and I'm a full-time job.
Did you just say I'm a full-time job?
I think it's the late night getting to me. I think that's what's happening.
It's so late. And
Father identity is work. Yeah.
That's the point, is that we are juggling. We're doing our best. And because at the end of the day, we love this. We really do. We love our customers and we love going to shows. It's really tiring, but I think we just, at the end of the day, we're collectors and we love this. So
yeah, I think initially when we started, we were just an online business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we started the website out of our apartment.
HeartySoupTCG.com. Is that the one?
Keep plugging it.
Okay.
Keep plugging it.
I'm being gross.
It'll remain in your subconscious. I hope you dream about us tonight, or during the day when you fall asleep at your computer. But yeah, we had our online business, and there's so many lessons around that we could make an entire video about. But that was a very different beast, because you're kind of doing it from your apartment, and so there isn't like a physical element involved. You're just doing a lot of marketing and branding, which is it's not as easy as it sounds. I think it's actually quite tough. And then now that Pokemon's more popular, it's become even more competitive than ever before, and it's competitive to stand out.
Okay, so I really want to talk about like how are you handling your full-time job, plus being a Pokemon vendor, plus being an active father.
I think you and I can talk about it from different angles, and I think they're both really difficult, right? I have a full-time job, like you said. It's a job I really love. Like, I love this job. I'm very lucky to have this job, and I enjoy every minute of it. And it's a job that requires me to be dialed in 100%. This isn't a job that I can do like music in the background or playing a YouTube video. Like, it's very much about like building relationships with people, scouting a lot of talent. And so it's pretty much all consuming. And I've built boundaries around that so that it doesn't bleed into my daily life. Right. And I bring my work home like I used to do with the job previous to that. And so it's not like, I look at doing the Pokemon business as like an escape hatch or something like that. It's like in addition to.
Yeah.
And we've met vendors who look at the vending or the online Pokemon business as an escape hatch, right? Like, their plan is like, I hate my job, like I can't wait to do this for another 10 years. Yes. And then I'll hit the escape button.
Vehicle. Yeah.
And so which, by the way, listen, like, I think that's totally valid, and it's a great way to pursue something that you love. For me, because I have this full-time job, maybe take a shot every time I say full-time. But and on top of that, right, I'm a dad, and so when I come home, we have our kids,
and
right?
a dutiful husband. Yes,
that too, and dutiful son-in-law, right? And
yes.
So I think it was, I think again, like when we first started, we were an online business, and then we transitioned into doing shows,
Right.
and we were doing like front row, we're doing Collecticon, but we're also doing local trade nights, and people don't really ever talk about how physically demanding that is.
Well, I also think that the demographic of most vendors,
Yeah.
they are young. And when I say young, I mean in their 20s,
Yeah.
maybe early
Yeah,
30s.
yeah.
So, and obviously there are vendors out there that have been doing this for a really long time. And so they are much older,
Hmm.
a lot older than us. But most of the vendors that I know and that we are friends with are much younger than us and have really hearty backs. So they can stand all day.
By the way, standing on a concrete floor
Oh my God.
from what, like 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. is
Mhm.
murder.
Mhm.
Please bring back carpeted surfaces. Begging every show. But look, like at front row, like every time we go, I don't know if you know who they are. I don't know who they are, but it's like these three elderly dudes. They do sports cards and poker. They do everything, but they always come in with like crates of bulk. You know what I'm talking about? They take up like an entire back row. And every time I see them, I just want to salute them because I don't know how they lug all that stuff. They do
No,
it themselves. And
their physical constitution is admirable
like,
and
I
it
want to
is
know,
enviable. I'm like, wow, how do I get to that? That is vendor
yeah.
goals.
I'm like, what peptides are you injecting? What's your workout? Who have you sold your soul to? But they're there every time. And like, that seems intense. But anyway, so it's really physical.
Yes.
But then also it's incredibly time consuming because you're pricing the cards like a couple nights before,
Mhm.
late nights, you got to load the car.
Well, we're doing it the day before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you got to go do the show and it's all day, and
Mhm.
you're dead by the time you come back. And God help you if it's like a 2-day show. I mean, that's
It's not just the physical too, it's
Yeah.
also like emotionally like talking to people.
yeah.
Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert?
I'm
Are
an
you a little bit
introvert.
of everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert. And even
Yeah.
for me, like I'm dead not emotionally.
You're dead
What-
emotionally? Every time
That's
you
not
come
what
to our
it-
table, you're slowly killing Amy. Good job.
I don't know what to call it. What do you call that?
You're just exhausted.
I'm
I mean, it's just
exhausted.
exhausted.
I'm
Like
ex-
customer
that is
service,
physical.
when you
Yeah.
do customer service, like you have to be dialed in. Like you have to
Yes.
talk to each person as if they were your best friend.
No, but it's sincere.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
That makes it feel like you're saying it's
yeah,
not.
you can't fake it. That's all I mean. You can't
Yeah,
fake it.
and I
You
won't.
can't fake it.
You know my motto.
Yeah.
You cannot fake being genuine.
Yeah.
And I want that experience for every single person, and I genuinely want, if the person reciprocates, obviously, to
Mhm.
get to know everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyway, so like it's
Yeah.
incredibly physical.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have 2 kids now, so like for us, listen, like we have 2 kids, like our backs are shot to begin with, and then you add this on top. I mean, it's murder. But when we first started, we used to bring like,
We used to bring everything.
I mean, like 3 crates, giant
Yeah, yeah,
bookshelf.
yeah.
I mean,
And
like
we
you
couldn't
couldn't see us. Like it
over
was like so
the push
tall.
cart because we were like, what if someone wants this? What
Yeah.
if someone's
So we
looking for
brought
this?
everything, which is a
Yeah.
huge mistake. Don't do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get through this.
This is how we get to 40-minute
yeah.
videos.
We're gonna get through this today. So it's very physical,
Yeah.
incredibly time consuming,
Mhm.
and by the time you're done on those weekends, I mean you're just kind of dead. And like I have to go to work like on Monday and just kind of
Yeah.
roll out of bed and do it
At your full-time job.
at my full-time job.
Take a drink.
Yeah. Maybe we should just have a counter going in
We
the
should.
bottom. Yeah. Make it so, editor. And
Well,
so
look, I'm an actor. It's not full-time by any means, but and as a full-time mom though, if we have a 2-day show, that Monday morning, I still have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
oh, that's brutal.
To
Yeah.
get our 2 beautiful children to school.
Yeah.
And then if I do get an audition,
Mm-hmm.
gosh, I hope I get that this week if I keep talking about it enough, then I have to be on camera, like just in general, and prepare. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Because it's not just like I can go sit at a desk and get my work done. you're watching me,
Well,
you know?
also, I think people sometimes think like, oh, you're doing like a commercial audition. How hard could it be? Just say, oh my God, I love this meal. But it's actually very involving. I've helped you with your auditions.
I'm
Like they're
so
very
glad you know now.
all consuming. It's all consuming. It's
Mhm.
not, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. Sorry. It's not easy. It's very hard, not easy. That. Um, so
But
anyway, so
yeah.
what I wanted to say though is like, so physically draining, time consuming. But the time consuming part is the fact that when you prepare for a show
Mhm.
and you go do the show, that is a weekend you're not spending with the kids, right? And thank
Yeah.
God we have your mom to look
Mhm.
after them while when we're at shows. And our son is old enough now; he comes to like one day of the show, right?
Sometimes he comes,
Like
yeah.
on multi days, like he'll come on one day.
Mhm.
But you know, it's hard for me to sometimes see my kids during the weekday, you know, because sometimes I because of traffic and stuff, you know, get here after they've gone to bed and stuff. And so I want to spend time with my children, and you know, they're not. You'd be surprised. Like once you have kids, like time goes by really, really fast, and so you need to like take every moment while they still want to hang out with you, right?
Mhm.
And so
And we're still at that phase,
yeah,
thank goodness.
thank God.
Yeah.
But you know, there was like this January,
Mhm.
I vended at a show every weekend.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one trade night where I sat there and I made $130. And you know, I came home that day and I looked at you and I said, this is not worth my time.
Mhm.
And I don't mean vending in general, just that particular moment. I was like,
Mhm.
why did I do that show? I could have
Mhm.
just hung out and spent time with the kids. I
Mhm.
felt very guilty.
Mhm.
I felt really bad about myself. Also, because you feel like I'm a failure, I didn't make money, blah, blah, blah. But that's secondary. Like the main thing was like what am I doing here? Like I could be hanging out with my daughter, my son. We could go out and go swimming, you know,
I
do
know.
anything. And so it made me actually think about, well, maybe doing a lot of these shows isn't really worth it, also physically, mentally, even if you're not actually turning up and doing shows.
I know, but it's like we talked about this before we went on camera. Then you're it's like this line you're walking because you're like you're trying to build a future for the family. We're trying to save money for the kids and pay for expenses and all that stuff and living in Southern California. So it's like if you don't do the shows, how do people learn about you? How do you build, you know, that recognition, right? So you can build trust with
Mhm.
people. Um,
Do you feel like it
if you're not doing the shows,
is your fear like out of sight, out of mind? Like if you're not there, because I have seen it with certain vendors where like I see them disappear for a bit,
yeah,
and you know it's interesting. Like this happens to a lot of vendors. I think I'd be curious to talk to other folks at the next show, but many people sometimes take time off, and you know they'll come back to a show and you go like, hey, like what happened? Like, are you
yeah,
doing
is everything
okay?
okay? Yeah.
Um,
Well, this
yeah,
summer that kind of happened to us where we focused a lot on family.
and that was the best decision.
It
That was
was
so good.
highly recommend
Mm-hmm.
if you are trying to make that decision, like, should I keep working, 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 working? This life comes once. Go see your parents or
Yeah.
go see your cousins. Go visit that aunt that you miss. Just go do it because you will never regret building relationship with family or close friends and making memories.
Yeah, and I was also looking at the family photos we took. You know, we did
Mm-hmm.
a family photo session. I had so much more hair on my head, and I looked full of life. and then,
It's like when you
and then
look
we
at
started this business, and
it's like
yeah.
when you look at like presidential photos when they first, you know, get sworn
Oh
into
God,
office
yeah.
and then when they're done
Like the way
serving their
Obama
term.
looked. He looked like
Oh,
he aged like
poor
20
man.
years. Um,
Vending does that to you
yeah,
though,
I,
which
I
is
think I
crazy.
think
I
it
think it
does.
does age you.
Yeah,
And it's something I
yeah.
want to talk about in a future
Well,
video
and then
is your maintaining your health. You know, we
yeah.
need to talk about that.
But you know, so anyway, like I felt like, is this really worth my time?
Mm-hmm.
If I could spend that time with our kids, and we spent that time with our kids this summer, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like looking at a lot of the more local, smaller shows, you know, with all the different robberies and thefts happening, I also felt like, you know, unless it's like a really like I think the calculus in my head now is, could I spend this time with the kids and you? Can we spend the time together? Because sometimes we also need just time together, right? And so,
Mhm.
could I spend that time doing that, and then is that more beneficial to my mental health and my physical health? And then also like, is a smaller event? I go in assuming like, if I got robbed today, like would I think that that was a worthy
Was
show to
that
go
worth
to?
it? Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. All of y'all see us at the Front Row Pasadena show, and that's always been like our best show. And so I think the way I wouldn't even call it vending, but just the way we're doing a Pokemon business is going to also shift this year, where I have to think about, hey, what is the most value we can generate from the limited time that we do have? Because we're not in our 20s. We have kids. I always find it funny when they look at someone that's in their mid-30s and they're like, wow, this guy's old.
I know. I
but
know.
but here's the thing,
I
like,
hear actors talk like that
yeah,
too. It's funny.
for us, like, we have to think about why we're doing this all the time, right? Because like you said, this is how crazy life is now in the US, or I guess anywhere around the world right now, where I have a great job and we still have this feeling like, if we don't do this, we can't actually build a better life.
Mhm.
Like, I think everyone has a job and a thing on the side, right? And that's
And
not
that, well, hold on.
sustainable for
And
everyone.
that thing on the side
Yeah.
doesn't feel on the side.
No, it's all
because
it can be all
it's
consuming.
7 days
Yeah.
a week that we think about the business, that we're
Mhm.
working on the business and
Well,
dealing with customers.
It's like when I come home,
inventory.
the kids go to bed, and then we talk about the business, or like I'll
Or
update the
you're
website.
doing
or
taxes like
Yeah.
you've been doing for the past 2
Dear
weeks,
Lord,
I feel
yeah.
like.
Yeah, sales
So-
tax. Jeez.
Okay,
Yeah, geez
okay.
Louise. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the juggling of it all is literally juggling. I think
Yeah.
that's the conclusion, is that we constantly have one ball up in the air.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to actually juggle, but my understanding is
Mhm.
that there is always one ball up in the sky,
Mhm.
whether that's kids, helping them with homework, uh, things breaking in the house, and we've got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I've got auditions coming in. I've got to work on my acting business, which is a whole other thing, which is like, feels like a money pit sometimes. And I'm trying not to spend too much money on it, but
Yeah.
put lots of effort into it,
Yeah.
So, and it's like a lot of feelings of like, are we doing enough? And I never know the answer to that. I really don't. I hope that the things that are priorities to me, like the biggest priority to me, are our children and our marriage
Yeah.
and my mom. And I really hope that those 3 priorities stay, like, feeling like we give it the weight they deserve. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I mean,
So,
yeah, I just think like
we're just doing our best.
Yeah, I mean, I think
That's
it's
it.
really easy to
But then I'm like, are we doing our best?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to fall into this trap. I think it's hard because we do social media for our business, and you see other people at shows. You see other people talking about the deals they've made. And obviously, with social media, you're only seeing the positive side of things, right? Like,
or the terribly negative.
Yeah, or terribly
Mhm.
negative, which is what I hate about social media. But it gives you that feeling of FOMO where you feel like you have to be out there. And I think one thing I've realized this year is you want to kind of shut some of that stuff out and think about your own goals. And I've realized too, like, we started the year with like a couple goals, I think. But I would like to be in a place where we actually write down what those goals are, and then we figure out which one's the most important one, and then we talk about how can we accomplish them, right? Because then we're just on our own path. We're not like comparing ourselves to other people. We're not saying we're not
Yeah.
at a show.
Yeah.
We can figure out how to accomplish our goals that are measurable and that we know we can accomplish, right?
Sorry, I just got really tired.
I know, it's so late. It's so late.
Okay, look, juggling. Tell us in the comments if you want to share. I would love to hear from people. If you're, if you have a family or not, I mean, I don't care. What are you juggling? It doesn't have to be you have kids and you have multiple jobs. What are you juggling, or do you feel the way we feel? I
Mm,
would love to hear from people about that. And
yeah.
are you thinking about starting a business? Because I would love to hear people's questions about that
Hmm.
or their comments.
It's just a lot to navigate. But I think, if you invest in yourself and you believe in yourself and you bet on yourself and go and do it, I think this is a great time to do it because, we went through a time in Pokemon where like no one cared and now everyone cares. And I do think there's room to play, there's room to be successful, to accomplish your goals. I genuinely do believe that. As long as you have an open mind, you're willing to adjust as you go.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm very curious to hear about other people's experiences juggling, like just family and jobs.
Yeah.
Um, I I've gone to therapy to understand how to build those boundaries. It's quite difficult.
Samesies.
We come from immigrant families where like work has a different connotation.
Hmm.
Work is about like survival.
Yeah.
To this day, my parents are like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
are you working? Are you working hard enough? Like, are they gonna
Hmm.
keep you at your job?" Because to them, not working means not being sent back. And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
we're in a very privileged position as like I'm 1.5 generation, right? You're second generation, but
Well, I'm first generation.
how does that
What do you
work?
mean?
I thought it's second generation if you're born here. No?
Yeah, I'm born here.
Yeah.
No, first generation is
No,
I'm
first
first
generation,
gen.
your mom's first gen because she moved here from India
Mm-mm.
and then that's first gen.
No, I'm first gen American.
Oh, first gen American, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, Someone figure this out in the comment section, but like I'm considered 1.5, right? So
Yeah.
um no, that's how it's yeah.
I think you're different. Yeah.
Yeah, because anyway, so like
Okay.
work has a different connotation. Um and so we're in a very privileged position where we can do extra things for the family. I feel very grateful for that. So um believe me,
Well,
if you were in the hobby 2-3 years ago, no one cared. So
and I want to say I'm very grateful for you. So,
thanks. I'm grateful for you. Um, I don't think I could do this without you.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
I couldn't do this without you. I know
yeah,
you couldn't, and I know you
yeah.
couldn't just, yeah,
But when I said we
yeah.
wanted to do this, you could have just as easily said no. You could have said no, and
Yeah,
you
this
said
did not
yes.
seem like an
Yeah,
option, or I did not foresee us doing this
yeah,
at all. And I'm so glad we did, though, because it's awesome and people are so nice. And
they are.
I love
Yeah,
our community, our
yeah.
new Pokemon community. They're the best.
And by the way, that's the other thing that keeps me going is the people that we met
Mm-hmm.
are like 99% of the times like the nicest people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know sometimes there's like a lot of like negative vendor content and about like, oh, these, why can't I get it? Fine. But I think one thing to think about is most of the people that we meet who vend are just like regular folks trying to make a better life for themselves. I mean, that's really the underlying theme across all the vendors and people who own businesses that I meet is like they're just trying to make a better life for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them I know like were doing this before things got amazing in the market, but before the surging sparks craziness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you gotta afford those people some grace, even as a customer, I think. And I think it goes both ways. Like sometimes we have to give grace to customers, right? Because we don't know what kind of experience they're having that day, and so,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it's mostly just really hardworking people who believe in themselves, who have a dream, um, who want to have a better life, and I really respect that, and um, and those people are the ones that always come through. Like I know I can lean on some of our vendor friends and commiserate about what's happening, but then also ask for support and like ask for help. God knows, like you do a really great job making friends with other folks, and those connections have come through many times to help us when we needed help. And I'm not as good as you at making friends, and you make it, people love you. Like, I mean, you make it look so easy, but I know it's not easy.
No, that's very sweet. I
Yeah.
love meeting people.
Yeah.
That's just, I genuinely
Yeah.
love meeting
And that's made
people.
our lives easier. You know,
Mhm.
making those connections have made our lives easier. And so I've also realized, like, you know, I think there's sometimes this narrative, because we all live in the US, like, oh, you have to be a self-made person, you know, you did it by the skin of your teeth, you held onto the cliff with your fingernails coming out of your hand, and you crawled up and you did it. And there is this sort of narrative that it's all on you, like you're this self-made person, like you didn't need anybody. I just don't think that is a proper way to think about the work anybody does, because no one really does anything by themselves, right? And so that's a big thing for me, is like, you know, a lot of what I did like growing up was like by myself, because I moved around so many times. And even when I was in college and graduate school, when I was doing poetry is a very solitary art form. I don't have to talk to anybody. I just do it in my underwear at my desk, you know? And so I always had this feeling of like, I have to do everything. I got to do everything by myself. Nobody touch what I'm doing. Like, I got this. And what I've learned through Pokemon and through our marriage too is like, no, like, ask for help.
Yeah.
Like, open yourself to other people. It will make your life like 45 times easier. I don't know why I said 45 times. 45 times. 46 and a half, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
Yeah, +1.
Yeah. I hope someone's getting something out of this video. I know they will.
I mean, I just
Yeah.
think we're getting what we need out of this, which
Yeah.
I hope will translate, but
Yeah.
it's just so nice just sitting
Oh,
and chatting with you.
And that's the thing, like,
Yeah.
because we're so busy,
Yeah.
sometimes we don't get to talk to each other. We literally talk to each other as we go to bed and fall asleep.
I know.
So this is actually like a great way to also just talk with you
I know. Even though I'm
without having to
so
make
sleepy
it
right now.
a date
Yes.
night, right?
Yes, I agree.
Date
I
nights are
agree.
just so much pressure sometimes, but well, because like you feel like you have to do everything. Like,
Yeah,
let's
but
catch
also you have
up
to
and
leave the house and, like, again,
Yeah.
leaving the children. But yeah, look, in conclusion,
Yes.
I just want to say juggling is not easy.
Mhm.
We are doing, I think we're doing the best we can right now. The kids are back in school now. Like, tell me about that if that's something you're going through. That's
Yeah.
everybody's life has shifted. If you were in Southern California, then kids went back to school. Maybe you're on the East Coast. So we are like trying to figure things out,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we're doing a fine job. Can we do even better? Yeah.
We're doing the best we can. Okay, well, listen, if you like what you watched so far, press like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear your story about how you juggle your daily life. And go to our website, heartysouptcg.com. We sell stuff. Buy our stuff, please. Maybe if you figure out YouTube, we can put our products in the bottom,
Yeah, and if you are someone that likes to go to shows, we will be at Front Row Pasadena. And then after that, we'll be at LA Card Show at Dodger Stadium.
I cannot wait.
I know.
Okay,
Both
I'm
of
so
these shows
stoked.
are like killer shows. It's amazing. And we really hope that, let's say you saw this video, please don't hesitate. Just come over and say hi to us. I don't care if you buy anything. Just come over, say hello.
Come hang.
Because I want to meet you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
guys.
Bye.